and Team Mighty Minions, where Lakshmi Chit Fund did a complete clean sweep 2-0 in a best of 3 and secured their spot in the semi-finals. And with that, we are on towards the banning phase for this game as well, as we can see Joy and Hayabusa being the first two bans coming out of these two teams. That jungle meta showing up in the draft phase as well. And the next one is going to be a Hilda. Now we can possibly see a Bruno ban or even the Granger and the Eve could be banned out by either of these two teams. Itami.
I do agree, and apparently it is three jungler bans already followed by a flex ban. That is the Hilda, which could have been played onto the EXP as well as the Roam. So, regular bans by far. And I do agree with you onto that Bruno part. If he is not like banned out, then definitely he can be prioritized as a first pick as well. Even onto the gold lane, he is really dominant right now. As soon as he's combined with the Has Claws as well as the Malefic Gun, he will be able to dish out a lot of damage. But apparently, it is going to be a rumor brand from the side of Team Senju, and it is going to be that Matilda. So Matilda had that ability to be combined with a utility kind of a jungler like the Alpha. But unfortunately for this game, it's not happening this time.
Exactly so. And Daaku Sena actually banned out on the Jukshin. So this means that Senju got one wall can easily pick up on a Bruno or even the Alpha or a Gatotkacha or Phoveus in the EXP lane. So they have a lot of options open right here. And in answer to that, Daaku Sena can also pick up on a counter hero, like say the Granger for the Bruno. But no, here Senju got one ball, does a smart move and picks up on the Sicilian. But this does mean that Daaku Sena now has the opportunity to pick up on a Granger or even take down
Yep.
the Sicilian during the team fights.
I do agree. And, they have decided not to give Yamraj a Sicilian apparently. So, picking out the first pick as the Sicilian, but okay, they will be trading out the Granger as well as that chip. So, yeah, even if a Bruno comes out from the side of Team Senju, Granger is actually really good match against him. I won't say he's a complete counter of a hero against that Bruno onto the gold lane, but definitely onto the late game phase, Granger can also be the one who will be able to dish out a lot of damage combined. Like when his skill set is combined, the Rhapsody as well as the Death Sonata combos onto the late game phase after he gets his core items will be like quite troublesome to deal with as well. But to counter that Granger, they can be like there is a slight possibility they might be going out for the Lolita, but I have not seen a Lolita pick onto the tournament scene for just countering out the Granger. So the next two picks for the side of Team Senju, they might be picking out the Bruno, or maybe they will be taking their time to pick out the Bruno. Instead, they will be prioritizing different heroes. And yep, apparently it is going to be that Suyo followed by the Khalid. And Khalid is a flex pick, but mostly I am seeing him more on the roam position more, Sarah.
Exactly so, and it is actually a very strong draft coming in from the side of Senju got one ball. The Khalid here can dive in onto that Granger and actually sustain the Rhapsody and Death Sonata damage that comes out in a series because as for now, there is no interrupt or stun skill coming in from the side of Daaku Sena except for that chip. And that also is a single target except for the second skill. So that Khalid can easily soak up and be a sandbag to tank in all that damage. And now with the Xavier pick, there's once again no interrupts coming in. The Xavier against the Sicilian and Suyo, though, I feel it's a bit of a risky pick, considering that the Suyo can easily immune his immobility and just go in to the backline, deal the damage, dish out the damage, take him out, and get out of the team fight pretty easily. That's just how good that Suyo is during the team fights. But then again, on towards the second banning phase, now comes the Bruno ban, which I feel is pretty smart, and they could go in with a Beatrix ban next to just target out the goal lane, possibly. But then again, there are a lot more options open. Like you could say that the Khalid goes in towards the EXP and they pick up a Carmilla for the roam to counter that chip. That's definitely one of the options open here.
Highly possible, Yeah, Carmela can also be a really good option here, but that Xavier part, yep, he definitely needs to be more aware of his positioning. And Xavier, onto the early phases of the game, he is more like a support before he gets his core item. So they have that late game kind of an insurance with that Xavier, and he will be able to dish out some decent amount of damage onto the late phases of the game once he gets his core items like the Enchanted Talisman combined with the glowing one, Wishing Lantern. There are, as well as the Blood Wings too. But from the side of Team DS, they are looks like they are targeting the marksman bands, the golden bands. That is going to be the Bruno as well as the Claude. So against that Granger, these two heroes would have been quite really well because Claude's mobility is a bit higher than the Granger, and he will be able to make those blazing duet plays as well as escape from a dying situation as well. So they have decided to ban out the Claude. And from the side of Team Senju, the final ban is apparently going to be the Alpha, considering the jungler is yet to be picked out from the side of Team DS.
Exactly. And here, the Claude is actually a smart band, because Claude is one of those only heroes who can dive in onto the black line with the blazing duet and just mark out that Xavier, so he is just rendered useless during the team fights. But here, the Hylos as well as the Alpha band together, it doesn't make that much sense. But then again, considering the fact that Patroclus and Jazz are pretty well known for playing those heroes, it's definitely viable in this situation. And now Jazz had the opportunity to pick up on the glue, which is exactly what he did. As for the side of SGOB, I'm just gonna say that for now. They do have the opportunity to pick up on a goal laner like maybe the Harith, which works well against a Granger, or even go in for something like the Moskov to use that Spear of Misery, target out that Xavier, just take that pick off before a major team fight happens. So that is what their possible game plan could be.
I do agree with you. And, from the side of Team DS, the EXP lane and the glue, I actually like that because for the side of Team Senju, they have the Sicilian burst kind of a mage. It's not there, at least for now. Sicilian will not have that much of a, what do you call it, the burst kind of a skill set compared to the Vexana as well as the Faramis. That could have been a really good answer for the glue, but the mid laner was already picked out. And as you predicted, Sarah, a Carmela would be a really good pick from the side of Team Senju. And apparently, we are seeing a Carmela as well as a Beatrix on our screen. So, yeah, Beatrix is also a really good match against that Granger. Her first itemization, it actually depends upon the user because she can be going with the Blade of Despair as her first item, or maybe even the Sky Piercer if she is confident, as well as she is quite confident about the fact that she will be able to acquire those early kills onto the early phases of the game. But from the side of DS, from the so we are back onto the game. Sorry for delay. We are back with the quarterfinals against Team Senju onto the blue, taking up against Team DS onto the red. So apparently the draft is like the draft has remained the same, and both of the junglers they are focusing onto their neutral objectives. Some pokes are coming up, but in my opinion, if you ask me, then the early game aggression is definitely favorable for the side of Team Senju. Meanwhile, Team Daaku Sena, they will be having to wait it out in order to get those score items and be more contributing onto the team fight. So, Sarah, back to you.
Well, hello there, and welcome back to this game actually. And after a lot of resets and restarts, we finally get to see these two teams, right? And here, talking about the game and draft potential, DS is something which has a scaling kind of draft, especially with Xavier. He needs at least two items to deal a considerable amount of damage, while Granger will need to stack up. And look at that, on towards the top, we can see
Oh,
that the Carmilla gets taken down almost instantly because of those immobilized plays coming in from the Xavier and the 2 damage by Xborg. But now the Firaga armor is out. He successfully manages to dash out, and that invade wasn't exactly successful coming in from the side of Daaku Sena.
yep, and looks like there is still some time to be turtle to be spawning. Till then, Dakusena having quite slight of a lead after getting a kill onto the rumor for the side of Team Senju. So yeah, they are just focusing it out, trying to play those poking games. And Xborg, look at him already getting quite poked down. He already lost his Firaja armor, and apparently he has to recall it out. And Amocha might be getting a free turtle unless Xavier as well as the glue comes up with a really good play.
Okay, but look at that glue going in with those mobilized players onto the back. But in the back line, the Khalid goes in for that raging sandstorm. Yamraj managing to escape, but not so lucky. He will be taken down by that Khalid. Two important resources baited out though from the Carmilla as well as the Khalid, and now Xborg has the full potential to secure the double skill with the lasting insanity. And here Jazz will once again be an annoyance for those backlines, and Sicilian will have to save his Carmilla from imminent death.
Yep, and Daaku Sena having, even though their composition is quite late game reliable, they were able to find those treats for themselves. That is actually a good thing. But still, Amocha was the one who got the turtle. So, yeah, not that much of a high lead, at least for now. And the core items are yet to be obtained. They have just, 50% have done it. And looks like Beatrix already got one of her core items. That is the Malefic gun.
Exactly, so she just skipped everything and secured that first item, which makes Beatrix so powerful right now, especially with the rocket. And look at that, she's just going to be spamming her ultimate and her basic attacks, which is going to deal a lot of AoE damage. Xbox, though, along with his team, and they would be looking to take down the EXP laner more often, considering the fact that the turtle is on towards the top side, but the gold lane might see more ganks from the side of Senju got one ball, while Haitatsu will be the one providing the vision on towards the top here. Khalid getting poked out a lot by Jazz as well as Patroclus, and will be using the Raging Sandstorm to run away. Granger getting chunked down quite a lot on towards the bottom lane, as Beatrice is going to be spamming her attacks from outside the turret's range right onto him, and it will take a lot for that Granger to keep himself positioned correctly to avoid the damage. But the blade surge comes in by Amocha on towards the mid lane, but Yamraj will be successfully managing to escape from the situation. But look at Jazz, he's once again going in but will be backing off, because now Team DS will be looking to take down the second turtle of this game.
Yep, and I guess Amosha will be on a position to be contesting that turtle as well anytime soon. Insanity all being used out, and there might coming up a team fight, a shortcut being used out as well.
Okay, but look at that. The Curse of Blood actually connects on towards two of them. Amocha goes in with that Blade Surge, but Patroclus is there with the full Firaga armor. Amocha getting stopped midway, but he does manage to steal out the turtle. Will be losing his life for a mega kill for Patroclus though. And here, DS has the perfect opportunity to push down the mid lane, because now the Sicilian has also been taken down by Patroclus once again. The Khalid though will be trying to secure that kill onto him, but failing to do so because the War Axe is up and he has enough spell vamp to keep himself alive in those tricky situations.
It was actually a 2-4-0, but the turtle going for the side of Team Senju. So I won't exactly say that was a win-win situation, because onto the kill counts as well, they are quite behind. But the goal lead is not that, not that massive, at least for now. So Beatrix, if she is able to land those hits and get some gold for herself, then maybe they might be able to even it out, or maybe trying to get that kill kill count in order to keep up with the goal lead. But okay, an initiation coming up.
Okay, look at that. Jazz with that ultimate play onto the Khalid just manages to take him down so easily along with the Xborg, because Khalid was supposed to be the sandbag here, but he isn't actually able to do what he is supposed to do right now, because that Xborg and Glue, they're just on top of him all the time. They're just killing him before he is actually able to do something. But on towards the goal lane, though, we should be seeing a possible engage.
Indeed, and okay, off-cam kill. Amusha was able to get down that Xavier just now. So Team Senju is finally getting one trade. But one thing I did notice is from the side of Team DS, it's only Patroclus with those 6 kills, and it is the 6 kill count for the side of Team Daaku Sena. So definitely a hyper carry kind of a situation for him, at least for now. And but still, Team Daaku Sena, they are able to quite even it out, and Funny Valentine is being quite dominant. Oh my god.
Okay, look at that Granger getting caught out by four people, the shortcut comes in, and four members of Team DS are there to for the counterplay. But the Curse of Blood did connect. But Jazz going in with the play has the shield onto the Sicilian, but will not be enough as Petroglyphs manages to secure a triple
Oh
kill
my
onto the
god.
Carmilla as well as Beatrix. Amocha, the lone survivor, they are hunting him down. Amocha will be trying to clear the lane, but I don't know why he went under the turret. He should have retreated. He's going to be taken down pretty easily in this situation. Nothing can really keep him alive, and Haidatsu will be securing that kill on towards the Suyo.
Oh my god, a 4-for-0 treat just now. And yeah, Daaku Sena definitely more of an upper hand right now. And Patroclus with 9 kills already. And it's the chip as well, getting that 1 kill for himself. The turtle might be an uncontested one considering that Tsuyo is still down. And yup, that is going to be an easy turtle secured from the side of Team DS once again. In terms of the goal lead onto the mid phases of the game, it's already like 4k goal lead for themselves. So they are, if they are able to maintain it, good for them, Jazz.
Okay, but Jazz gets taken down towards the bot lane. Not the best of exchanges, I would say, considering the fact that DS does need to maintain 3k goal lead that they have. And Team Senju got one ball, they have an insane amount of late game potential, especially because of the Sicilian as well as the Beatrix, who can potentially one shot that Granger on towards the late game. And here, Coconut looking pretty low, uses up his sands to heal himself, but the Beatrix in the bottom lane manages to secure a skill, and now the shutdown comes on towards Patroclus, a revenge kill by Yamraj onto the Beatrix, but it won't be enough because that shutdown was a huge bounty. That team Senju got one ball secured, and now things will start to look a bit different.
Indeed, and yeah, that Beatrix going down might be quite advantageous. Oh my god,
Okay, but look at that. The Granger managing to survive with less than 1 HP there, and he will be going back to his base to get some HP for himself. Amocha in a good position here will try to catch one of them off guard because of the damage that he has now, but will be backing off pretty soon. Now, Team Senju got one ball. They are potentially looking at a comeback here, especially because of the Sicilian and the Beatrix. They are reaching their power spike marks. Beatrix, he does have the Malefic gun and now will be looking to take down that turrets with ease. Xborg here as well will try to defend it. A solo lane defend. It won't actually be possible, but the shortcut play comes in and Patroclus manages to secure a
oh,
double kill onto Sicilian as well as Carmilla, and things are looking so 50-50 right now because Henry got one ball is looking for those objectives. They're taking down the pickups which they can find, but Team DS are the ones who are winning out during the team fights.
I highly agree. And Lord already been spawning, and looks like Team Dakusena might be the one contesting first because Funny Valentine is on a position to be contesting it actually. And looks like yeah, Patroclus has also got onto the process. Amucha is trying to get some vision over there, but apparently it is going to be an uncontested first Lord for the side of Team DS. The even though on terms of the in terms of the kill lead, Team Dakusena has quite the advantage, but the goal lead is almost quite to equal. So if they actually come up, Team Senju actually come up with a really good team fight, then that goal lead as well as that objective based might be 50-50 sided because Team Senju, if they got that traits, they will be able to equalize in terms of the tower objective as well. And Team Dakusena only having a one tower advantage, even though the kill count is quite high, might be that kind of an opening for the side of Team Senju.
Exactly so. Like Senju here, they just need to pick off on Granger and Yamraj so that they find that opening and take down those damage dealers and just go full out brawl during the other team fights because Beatrix, Sicilian, they can melt down the Faraga armor as well pretty easily. But look at that, Yamraj will be forced to flicker out, but will
Oh,
be taken down nonetheless by a Mocha, while Funny Valentine will be managed to secure a revenge kill right onto him. So that's a 1-for-1 trade, but the Lord has been cleared out by Team Senju. The Raging Sandstorm used defensively as the minions are going to be charging down the mid lane. Team DS looking to take down the turrets, but apart from the Granger, they don't really have anything to push down the turrets with, nor a proper hero to dive in for that backline. The chip, he can engage, but he can't exactly dive in onto the backline so easily. And then again, it's difficult to say right now what Team Senju can do because they have the Khalid and they can just flicker out in towards the Ranger as well as the Xavier, and that is where things can change up a lot.
I do agree. And Team Senju, they are trying to find that opening for now, but unfortunately, for the side of Team Daaku Sena, they are being quite advantageous. And Yamraj, even though he has like taken down 4 times, the crowd control is being quite favorable for their side. That Xavier landing that combo when he is able to stop, like take the uh, do that crowd control onto at least 2 or 3 people. Other other members from the side of Team Dakusina, they are doing the follow up as well as they are getting those kills for themselves, and that is the reason why even though Xavier with not that good of a KDA, he is still like he is still being contributing onto his team. But Coconut might be trying to engage onto Yamraj anytime soon.
Okay, but look at that. The cards of blood connects along with the Rocket Ultimate, taking down two from the side of Diaz, and even Patroclus is going to be chunked down. The Spirit of the Armor gone to shreds. He's trying to escape, but dude, okay, whatever the name is, the Beatrix finds the kill onto him. Jazz and Haitatsu being the lone survivors coming in from the side of Daaku Sena. They will be trying to clear out the lanes as much as possible because otherwise, Team Senju will be looking to take down those juicy turrets left and right.
Indeed, and this time it's going to be that enhanced lord, and looks like Amocha as well as the Beatrix will be the one contesting it first. Xborg is for now he is nowhere near to be actually contesting it because he has been taken down an uncontested lord for the side of Team Senju, but the initiation with the chip.
Okay, the shortcut was used upon towards the Beatrix, but I thought so. He's not a frontliner. Chip is never a frontliner. He gets taken down by a Mocha. That damage coming out is just excellent at the moment. And Team DS does not have a similar kind of burst. Look at that Sanguine Claws catching Funny Valentine, taking down his HP to 1%, and he has to back off. That just pushes their turrets at a farther. But look at the Beatrix dealing the damage, just getting one situation almost gets taken down by the Beatrix. They will be looking for a possible end with this Lord. It is pretty strong still. Now the lanes are pretty much synced. The inhibitor on the top is gone, and now the bot inhibitor will be injured. But look at that. The Khalid gets caught out under the turret, but will be using the Raging Sandstorm to escape, and he actually manages to survive. The man is alive. And now DS will also have successfully defended their base, at least for this instance, but things are looking really risky for the side of Team DS now.
I highly agree because even though Team Senju as well as DS not getting any kill trades for now, Team Senju was the one who got that last lap for now at least because all of the towers being secured and Dakusina only remaining with that crystal. And if that is taken down, then it will be a 1 point for the side of Team Senju. And with that lord, they were able to like capitalize quite onto the game more because Team Dakusina, even though they didn't have that kind of an aggression kind of a pickup from their side, they were able to capitalize onto the early to the mid phases. But onto the late game, we are seeing that Sicilian, even though he doesn't have that kills, that crowd control, the sanguine claws, as well as that bat impact, is able to deal some ridiculous amount of damage when it was combined with the wishing lantern. And the Xavier, he has been able, like as you said it, the Xavier is getting quite poked down by Amocha as well as that Khalid. So against the Sicilian as well, the Sanguine Claws will be able to get him, and that is what exactly is happening for Yamraj. So Xavier pick for now it's not working out, and if he was not taken down 5 times and it was only once or twice, then maybe he would have been the one who would have been able to dish out a lot of damage for his team.
Exactly so, Itami. And considering the side of DS, they don't really have that kind of a late game except for the Xavier. The Granger, sure, he has an infinite number of stacks, probably reaching 700, 800 at the 15-minute mark. But then again, how much damage can even a Granger deal when his enemies have high mobility? The Suyo, he can just dive in and dive out. The Beatrix, she has a dash. The Khalid is there for the front line, and then comes this Sicilian who has enough amount of damage to just poke him down while he is the one trying to deal some damage. So for the side of DS, they don't have that kind of a late game as compared to that of the Beatrix and the Sicilian, who will be doing the majority of the work. But look at that, another team fight about to break up at the Lord, I believe, Itami.
I do agree, and Jazz might be, trying to land some visions onto his team. Raging Sandstorm.
But
Kill.
okay, Suyo finds the kill onto Haitatsu. The base is going to be left wide open and the easy lord for the side of Senju got one ball. Team DS not looking so strong at the moment because the lanes are going to be synced perfectly. And with that, Team Senju has got a major advantage in this game.
Exactly. And yeah, the Lord is about to be spawning. And if the lane sync is actually up to the point, then without getting any kill trades, they actually might be able to end this game as well, unless Team Daaku Sena actually pulls up a really good defense and Haitatsu getting the immortality just in case if he's fallen down. But even though he tries to do that teleportation play from the back or maybe from the front, it won't be mattering much because all of the members from the side of Team Senju, they will be heading onto the crystals directly. The lane sync is quite up to the point from the top and the bot. The towers are yet, the minions are yet to be arriving, but a team fight coming up.
Okay, but look at that. The Lord is going to be chunked down left and right. The Granger is trying his best to clear out Amazabata, but the Curse of Light catches four of them under the base. Haitatsu forces to flicker out. Yamraj finds a kill onto Amocha. Two members down from the side of Senju. Got one ball. Xborg finds the kill onto Coconut. Four down. Cecilian being the lone survivor, but Haitatsu is chasing for the last time as if it's the last in his life. The Bat's piece gets used up. The Flicker gets used up. The Sanguine Claws gets used up. Everything is gone and done and dusted because Team DS is now going to be marching down the mid lane. They have 15 seconds on the clock if they want to do something, but I don't think anything is going to be possible because the mid lane tier 2 is the only thing they can possibly take down because those cannon minions, they just restricted all the normal minions from the side of Team DS.
Oh, but still, Senju somehow actually did defended that one, and yeah, 4 for 0 treat, but still, Team DS not having the minions for their side, they were not end it out for now. Amocha trying to pokes onto Jazz. He will be retreating, and Beatrix was trying to get some visions onto that bush as well, but still not getting any trades. And looks like Team Dakusina they will not back down anytime soon with a proper team fight coming up. So that next lot coming up onto the next 45 seconds, that that lot dance as well as that trades coming up from them might be deciding the future of the game.
Exactly. So, in the honestly, at this point, Xavier has such a high damage potential that one ult of his is wiping out half of Beatrix's HP. So that is one of the only win conditions that Dakusena has, other than the fact that if all of Granger's bullets hit that Beatrix or Sicilian somehow or the other, bypassing the Khalid, the Carmilla, the Suyo, and just try to take down those damage dealers, that is the only way Dakusena is going to be possibly finding an opening. As for Senju got one ball, they're just going to be taking down the Lord, syncing up their lanes and waiting for that last push. And here Patroclus will be the one trying to look for a possible engage. Jazz is going to be going in. The Carmela is there. Haitatsu though uses the shortcut onto his Beatrix, forces him to flicker out. Bunny Valentine finds the kill onto him. There's the opening they need, but Bunny Valentine is going to be chased down
Oh,
left and right. Gets taken down by the Suyo. The backlines are still fighting, but look at that, the immortality getting popped out in the finest possible time. The killing spree secured by the Xborg though. But here Haitatsu and Xavier fighting for their lives alongside a Mocha takes them down. Xborg does get his Virag armor just on time, uses the lasting insanity at a perfect possible time. The Lord is going to be marching down, so they need to recall, they need to clear this thing out if they want to push down with those cooldown timers. But no, Coconut is going to be there to take down alongside the Lord four members of Team DS, clearing out one Lord, and the effort which they are needing about Khalid with the play onto Xboard finds the kill, is going to be going down for that base all by himself. The minions are also there. He gets taken down though. The
oh,
base is wide open. The minions, they need to clear it out. The Mythic Crown gets used up, takes him back to the
oh my
base. But
God.
the minions, oh my goodness, nothing is going to be saving them from a level 3 enhanced Lord. Senju got one ball, finds the first win in this best of 3.
Oh my God, that was, that actually came out of the box. That Lord fight was, the Lord fight was one of the key point for the side of Team DS. They were able to find more trades onto that, but still that Khalid remaining as well as getting final kill was the final blow for the side of Team DS. So he directly went onto the base. The lane sync was quite up to the point as well, and he didn't even care about anyone taking anyone down after the net, and he directly went onto the base and ending the game as well as getting that one lead, like the match point for the side of Team Senju. So yeah, definitely. The MVP actually is going to be that Beatrix, but still, I would say Khalid actually like played out really well onto that final fight. So it actually did decide it. And maybe if the Khalid was also not alive, then maybe the Team DS would have been able to defend this one. But still, overextension actually ended up costing them this match.
Exactly so, and Shinju got one ball, finds that first win with a perfect victory into that best of three. And now, as we will be waiting for the second game to come up, Team Daaku Sena here, they really need to think out their strategies. They need to pick up a little bit more of that late game. And if you have noticed, the Granger actually had only 3 kills, but he still kept his Sky Piercer. So it might just have been a bit better if you could pick up on a possible other defense item, maybe the immortality or even another damage item such as the rose gold to counter that Sicilian. It would have helped them a little bit more because a Skypacer without stacks, that's really no use right there. And with that, this will be game number 1, and we will soon be back after a very short break.